And the one thing that sticks out about him, like he's been through a lot, right, with the injuries and things that's happened to him. So just to see the resilience, to see him battle back, work in the right way, to put himself in position to have another opportunity here in Houston, couldn't be more excited to add him to our team and see what value he can provide to us. And just on the same note, I would just like to, just thank Nick Caserio for just his just tirelessly hard work and dedication to our team, to making sure, no matter the circumstances, making sure he's doing everything possible to enhance our roster, put us in a good position to compete each and every year, despite the circumstances that comes up. Like, he's always looking to make us better, and he's done an outstanding job every year that I've been with him, and couldn't be more pleased to work with Nick with the job that he's done.
Nick Chubb is pretty renowned as a blocker. Is that something that's important for you in your running backs?
The most important thing right now is for Nick to just get acclimated to how we do things. We all know the caliber of player that Nick can be when he's healthy and when he's at the top of his game. He's a dynamic player. He's a game changer. So we're just easing him in. We'll see how far he gets. Come back training camp, ready to go. Oh, CJ threw today, right? All right. Yeah. Just the CJ's a competitor, and last week CJ, he was adamant about going out and practicing. It just shows the type of person that CJ is. But for me, as a head coach, it's important for me to just make sure we're protecting him, making sure we're doing what's best for CJ, and not really worried about the outside opinions or other people. Nobody knows the information about our players more than me. And so I'm going to make sure I always do what's in the best interest of our players, first and foremost with their health and wellness. That's always on the forefront of my mind. And so that's why the decision was made about CJ. I think you guys saw him out throwing today. I think he looked pretty fine to me.
Is there any concern about the last 2 years he's had with the knee injury and with the broken foot he sustained 6 months ago?
With the Nick and the injury history, we understand his history, but we don't dwell on that. We're giving him an opportunity, and we'll see, how it turns out for us here in Houston. One thing I can say from a guy who's come back from injury, it's just about the work you put in. You're really not the same, a few months out after injury. It takes time to get back when you can work out and not be worried about rehabbing and working out. Sometimes when you're rehabbing, you're just getting yourself to the starting line, and you're not really ready to win the race. So I think when you take the time to recover and you can truly work out and put the work in and dedicate to your craft on playing the position really well, that's what helps you to have a good year that following year. And I think Nick has put himself in position to do that.
I think you're going to take this flash again today. Had a great one-hand catch against Kamari. What does it kind of show you about a rookie when he's willing to step forward this early into the process and step up and make plays?
It's been really exciting to see just Jaden's growth process in the short amount of time that he's been here. I've seen a guy who's steadily got better every single week. You've seen him make even more plays, and seeing him today, I mean, this is the most plays that he's made, and in our last week of camp, to see a rookie who's come in and showing right now that he could be an impact player for us, I think it means a lot. And we saw it as coaches watching his film from the college game, but I think it just means a lot to the entire team, the players, defensive players, other offensive players, actually seeing him thrive in practice, because I truly believe if you take practice the right way, deliberately, you work at it, it'll show up in the games. And so it's really awesome to see the work that he's doing and the plays that he's making.
You get these guys for a couple more days, then they break. What do you want to see out of these specific workouts in this mini camp, and what's your message going to be when they do leave here and come back for the weekend?
Yeah, as we leave here, this last week is really, it's just coming to an end of the things we've been harping on since really our phase one, right? And it's been a steady build up to how can we find ways to just get incrementally better at the small, minute details of your job. So it may not show up all the time as a highlight. It may not show up, as a wild play that I'm showing in a team meeting. It may be as simple as, Nick Neiman, his footwork, just getting straight back on a punt team, or EJ Speed working with better eye discipline, or Kay Stover. He's a guy who I think has grown tremendously throughout this time. And just on one small detail for him is just, his separation at the top of the routes. So seeing Cade a second-year player take the steps to get better at the one thing, just his route definition at the top of his route, and seeing him make play after play like that. That's what excites me about the offseason. That's why I think it's really important these 8-9 weeks that we have with the players. If you attack it with the right mindset, you can actually get better, enhance your game, and you don't see as big of a jump in a lot of guys. It really is that first and second year. That's where you see a jump, and that's where I think Kay Stover is taking a jump, and also Kalen Bullock. Kalen has done an outstanding job, this offseason of, we know Kalen for tracking the football, making interceptions, but the thing that I'm very pleased with the way Coach Adegoke has worked with him just on his tracking, putting himself in really good body position to make tackles. We're not tackling or being physical, but he's doing those small things that's going to set him up to make those tackles when we put the pads on. So those small highlights are really huge for me, and we have multiple guys who are getting a lot better in their craft.
Was out here during voluntary OTAs, but of course he wasn't involved in any of the team drills or anything like that. Did the morale change, or did you see any of the morale shift from the offensive side by them having their leader backing up?
Today, I think CJ's first play, he made a big throw on a corner route, and you saw the energy, you saw the competitiveness of CJ talking a little smack to the defense. Like, I love the back and forth that happens, and CJ definitely added some energy to our practice, added some energy to the offense. Guys are doing well, but I think you see when you have game changers, and that's what CJ is, and he instantly changed I think just the vibe of the entire practice changed, having CJ out there and seeing him make the plays that he was able to make.
Got time for a few more.
Ursery, he's done a great job. The biggest thing with Ursery is for him is getting acclimated to learning, like, what does it take to be a pro, right? And it's those small things of how are you handling yourself in the meetings, like taking the meetings to the field, the weight room, right? Nutrition, all those small things that really compound upon rookies, and it's a lot to handle for them finding their routines. And I see Ursery, he's steadily gotten better at the things off the field of finding his routine, and also on the field, just seeing his footwork, his pad leverage is getting better. It's improving. So I can't wait to see him actually put pads on and have to block Hunter Anderson. That's going to be a really good challenge for me. He gets to go up against two of the best pass rushers in the NFL, so he's only going to get better by going against those guys.
Collectively having all of the secondary here now, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, all of the guys, what did it look like to you on the field, just the potential of that group?
Yeah, it's good, having all our guys here. C.J., he hasn't been with us. I mean, he has a ways to go in picking up what the other guys have done over this time, so it's good having the guys back. And C.J. he's one piece, right? He's a foundational piece to what we're doing, but it's going to take a collective effort of building that puzzle, putting the work together, everybody collectively coming together to make that puzzle a beautiful finished product. So he's one piece of it. We all work together the right way, we can have a really good secondary.
It seems like Trent Brown, he's not on the field, but he's very active, engaged. Was that part of the appeal of bringing him in, even though maybe he had the injury last year?
Yeah, adding Trent, the one thing for Trent is just about him getting healthy. So Trent is doing his work on the side, but you just see the type of guys that we like to bring in. Like, it's important to Trent as a vet to help out the young guys. So whatever he sees from a technique perspective, nobody's asking Trent to stand behind and talk to the young guys. It's just what he does on his own. He finished his work. It's important to him to pour into the young guys. That's what the league is all about, man. We stand on the shoulders of the guys who came before us and paved the way. Trent is just paying it forward, helping out the young guys. Just shows the type of guy that Trent is.
Is there extra value because he is familiar with the new OC and Popovich? Is there extra value there?
It always helps when you have familiarity with the play caller or position coach when you're stepping into a new scheme. No different than adding Aziz. Aziz, the guy, I was his position coach. So adding him, we know each other. He knows what I like. He knows what I'm about. He knows what I expect. And so he can easily deliver the message that I would say he can easily deliver to the locker room. No different on the offensive side, right? Adding Trent, who's been in this system, worked with Coach Cole, worked with Kaylee before, it really helps, I think, deliver that message to the guys in the locker room. So that message is it's echoing. right? And that's what you want. You want the message coming from the players, not so much from the coach all the time.
How do you like the offensive line relative to where we are in the offense?
You know, the hard thing about off-season program is the offense and D-line. Offensive line, defensive line. There's a lot of give and take that goes with that territory there. You want to be as safe as possible in how we're working. So it's nothing to really stand out about the O-line, D-line because we got to put pads on, right? For the big guys up front, they play a physical game. We won't know truly what we have until we put pads on, until we see these guys in training camp, see them in game action, actually get their job done.
What kind of impact has Gerard had on CJ over these last couple of years?
Yeah, Gerard has done a great job. Gerard has grown as a coach, first-time position coach a couple years ago. I think him getting a rookie quarterback, they're both growing together, and Gerard is headed in the right direction as a coach.
Last one, DJ.
With our roster where we are now, I feel really strong about our roster. I think for me, I always take into account every year, like every player that's on our team, right? So some people have the adage of, oh, you guys are going all in because you make a certain move here or there. Well, to me, what year aren't you going all in? Because if you're not trying to go all in, whatever that move is, then it's just a disrespect to the organization, a disrespect to all the players who are putting their bodies through a ton of pain, a ton of suffering to go out and play this game. So for me, just respecting the game and what it means to me, every year we're trying to accomplish the goal of winning it all, doing our absolute best to put our team in position to do that. And it starts with Nick Caserio and the job that he does just with scouting talent, being able to acquire guys, getting deals done. There's nobody that cares more about the people in this building than Nick Caserio. So it's just, for me, it's easy when you're working with a guy like Nick. He makes it easy on me. We see the game the right way. We're both very competitive in what we're doing. So it's a great match, and the roster isn't the way it is without Nick's help. So credit to him for that.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.
Hello. How y'all doing?
CJ, how'd you feel today, just being out there again throwing the football, and then how good did it feel to be back out there
Yeah.
with your teammates? Nico said he loved when you talk smack to the defense.
Yeah, I felt great, man. I'm very grateful to be back out on the field. I'm a little rusty, made some throws, missed some throws, but just very grateful to be out there with the guys and have a time to, compete before we go a couple days away until camp. So I'm very excited to be back, but, just iron sharpen iron, trying to talk a little smack, but it was great.
How much of the general soreness was due to your off-season workout program?
A little bit, I took this offseason very serious. I'm just working hard. I'm trying to get my body right. So I was here like pretty early with Clint, our strength guy. So I've been working really hard on getting my body right, losing body fat, trying to be faster, stronger. And, it really went really well, but there's always risk and reward, so there's always risk to working hard. So, it was a great off season. I think I got that done, but also, I wouldn't say that was the reason why. Just a lot of everything, so.
Emphasizing how much coach, they want to make sure they were taking care of you. That was the priority. How much do you appreciate that the organization's not, okay, we've got to have this practice, you're sore, go through it, that they wanted you to get right before they put you back out there?
Yeah, I'm very, grateful for how they approach the process. I wanted to approach it that way as well. I didn't want to force anything, but also they were listening and trying their best to, accommodate me and what I needed. Our training staff did amazing. I've been working with them every day, sun up, sun down. So just trying to fight to get back to practice. I've been, feeling to come back, but, in due time. And now, I see, I'm able to throw it how I want, wherever I can, and have some accuracy also. So, I'm very grateful that they approach it that way, but, I'm happy to be back.
Throwing program through the rest of the offseason? Any setbacks?
Yeah, I was already throwing, before you guys see me out there pretty normally. I think y'all don't have much to talk about, so everything is blown up in the off season. So I'm fine, man. I'm really okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you see, Hig today looked great. Jay No came in really fired up. Some guys on defense, doing really well. So, all the young guys, are doing a great job, asking questions. I always try to be there for them, just because I was a rookie 2 years ago. I understand how hard it is, how much time, how much effort you have to put in. So, I try to be a leading hand for them. And I thought they've done a great job, though. I think Luke has done a great job, Woody, and they're all doing really well. So, proud of them.
CJ, what excites you most about what Nick Chubb could bring, if healthy, to his backfield?
Yeah, he's a great player. I met him today for the first time, and I told him, man, I've been respecting his game since he was in college, and I think he's a great back, and I think he'll do some great things for us, and I'm excited to have him as a teammate. So, I actually didn't recognize him when I walked in. He's very quiet, so it was. I was like, "Damn, what's up, Nick?" I kind of got nervous because he been a baller since I've been a kid. So, but I'm very excited to have him. As in. You said you came in early to try to, lose some body fat. Oh, okay. What were some of the results of that? Yeah. And what do you hope it adds to your game? Yeah. The goal was just to be bigger, faster, stronger, like every off season, but be more intentional about it. So have more fluidity in my hips, lose a couple pounds, run faster, and I got all those done. I think I PR'd on almost everything this off season, which has been really dope. So, shout out to Mike Clint. Clint's been with me every day, and he does a lot of. He had a track background, but has bought in and done a lot of things with us as quarterback. So I'm very, very grateful that we got these things done. But now it's ball time, and this off season will be very important on getting back with my throwing regimen and with my guys in LA. So I got those things done, and I'm grateful for it.
Is that to throw the ball further, or do you want to be faster, to get out of the pocket faster, move around? Just how does that translate going to the game?
Just everything, yeah. Pocket, mobility, running out the pocket, throwing the rock. Everything kind of works hand in hand, so a little bit of everything.
But what excites you the most about this Nick Caley's offense?
Him as a person. I think for me, I buy into people. I really don't buy into system. I kind of have that thing about life. Is it's the people and the relationships that kind of take things and make it rocket ship to the stars. So just him as a person, man, he has probably the most juice I've ever seen in my life. Just naturally. I'm a very laid back, chill guy, except for when I'm in between the lines. But he's 6 a.m, he's up, he's at it. So that kind of gets me motivated. And just how he buys into his players, and he calls me a lot. I don't always answer because he always yelling and stuff. But I appreciate it though, and it's it's been great. He's implementing a lot of things he's done in the past, which is important as well. The system is important, and he's doing a great job. As you guys have seen, we've been able to have a pretty good OTA off-season program. From what you guys can see, and even things that y'all can't see, building that foundation so we can rocket ship once we snap that ball, against LA. So, I love Nick, and he's doing a great job.
Talk about your relationship with Gerard and kind of what he's meant to your growth.
Yeah, Gerard has been, in my corner since I've been 16 years old. Since I was a, young kid in high school. He fed a lot of confidence into me then, and it's kind of cool that we kind of came back now, and he does a great job of, trying to give his twist on things and how he likes to coach. And I think Nick has done a great job by giving him a lot more ownership of the offense and how to coach the quarterbacks. So I think he's doing a great job of, taking the ownership and running with it and doing a lot of things that he believes in, and but also not putting a leash on us and letting us have fun. So I think he's doing a great job.
Expect from this year's offense, and how comfortable do you feel with the playbook?
They should. They should show up and expect a lot of points, a lot of fun plays like we've always done, and it's not always going to be perfect. So let's get that out of our mind. It's ups and downs of football, just like ups and downs when y'all go to work. Y'all have good days and off days. But the goal is to be great, but also when those times are happening, to be fluid offense, to, control what we can control. And I think we'll do that. We're working on that now. So, but yeah, I think I'm doing well on the playbook. Been working hard at it, and we'll continue to do such. Yeah, I think it starts here in the weight room. Big Pimo, he's done a good job of, staying on those guys, making sure that, they're working hard. And the mindset of the guys that we brought in, they had a mindset that they wanted to dominate up there. So I just think that relationship between, Big Pimo and them in the strength program, I've seen them, majority of them here all offseason, and they've done a great job of getting stronger. And I've seen that, but also, just what they brought out to the field. And I feel comfortable back there. And, I still miss my guys from last year, but I think they're doing a great job, and, we'll be fine in that area this year.
Dealing with shoulder injuries in the past, does that help you when stuff like this comes up? And how was this one in relation to some of the past issues you had with the shoulder?
Yeah, it teaches you not to panic. It's part of the game, just like how pitchers, they take relief weeks and nights off. The same thing for all throwing athletes. You just got to be precautionary, and those things are bound to happen. It's not about if, it's about when, and you're just doing the right things to come back. So I never thought too much of it. It's not that big of a deal, and I did not get surgery or anything like that. I was fine. So yeah, I'm fine. I'm not. It's not as bad as people are making it seem.
How much you can control? Do you want more of that at the offense? How much is too much? Is that something that you want under this new system?
Yeah, that'll be between me and Kels, and that was something that I did want, and I'm gotten that now. So, but that takes ownership. We've been able to watch a lot of Brady, and there was clips back in like 2003 or 4 when him and Josh McDaniels, first started, and so like it took him time to master it. So it'll take time for me to master it fully, but I am buying into it and trying my best to be as great as I can at it. So, yeah, but it's something that I wanted and I'm getting.
Heading to training camp duration this season, overall, like how confident are you about just the pieces that are around you, just overall also you guys try to get more confidence?
Yeah, I think we brought in the right guys, the right mindsets, guys who've won a lot of games, guys who've been in those opportunities in the playoffs. And I think, right now, though, it's not about that. It's about connection, chemistry on the field. Excuse me. And I think that stuff would take care of itself. We don't got to worry about the playoffs right now. You got to get there first, and that's about building calluses and foundation right now. So, but those guys have brought that tenacity and that mindset, knowing that the work you put in now will show up back then. So, but our goal is, to build a foundation, OTAs, vet minicamp now, and in this off-season program, he's 40 days away, and to take off at training camp and make sure that we're rolling. All right, y'all. Thank you.
How y'all doing? I think this offseason, I really just locked in. As soon as the season over, just
sat down with my safeties coach and tried to figure out what I need to work on. And just this whole offseason, that's all I've been working on. I've been trying to be consistent every single day. Every day I go out there to practice. So I think I've been rising to my goals every single day. So I think I'm in a perfect spot. Great.
Accomplished safety, playing next to him. I know you're just getting started with him. He's had a little bit of time with you guys, but what do you feel like his impact can do with you guys?
CJ, he's a true vet, a guy who played a lot of football in this league, so he done seen a lot. So every day I talk to him. We always text, and even when he's not here, we just check up on each other. So he's a great vet to me. And then out there, he makes my job easier. His recognition for plays. When I'm out there, he'd like tell me what to expect. So he make me go out there and play fast, and I can't wait to have more reps with him.
Time together with last year as first year guys. Is it really any different this year as second
Nah,
year guys?
that's like my brother. Every day we're with each other, on and off the field. I'm with him 24/7.
I asked Kamara this last week about the job to see y'all walking back and forth across the field.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest change with you as y'all walking over the journey your second year coming back and forth across the field?
You said what's been the biggest change?
For you, yeah, for you.
For me, I already say there's no different change for us. We walk across that bridge with the same mindset. We try and go out there and make some plays and be consistent. Make sure we locked in. Make sure we focus on all the small details, and we know what we got to do when we go out there on the field. And y'all probably be seeing us listening to our music, walking across the field, turning up, but that is how we get ready.
What's the story on those shoes?
So my coach Bake, he called me Young Bull. So I got them made for him, and he seen them today, and it made him proud. So shout out my dog Bake. Young Bull, yeah.
Bull. You feel that bond, that friendship, it's a lot of his music too as well?
Yeah,
same stuff?
Yeah, same stuff. We like the same, basically. We the same person for real. NBA Young Boy, that's all we listen to.
What's it like for you to see, the offense get somebody like Nick Chubb? You want a playmaker to move on the field, and now you're adding another big piece to the offense.
That's a great pickup for us. Like you said, Nick Chubb, he's a great player in this league. He's been one of the top running back since he's been in this league. So just having him on our team with Joe Mixon in that backfield, it's going to be special for our offense. I know what he's going to bring to the table.
What have you seen from Christian Kirk and what he added to that?
Christian Kirk, first thing I know is his hands. He got real strong hands. He probably ain't dropped the ball. Today he dropped one, but that was like his first drop the whole time. So, and then his route running. Christian Kirk, he great routes, and especially in that slot. He a slot demon. That's what we call him at the back end.
What was the point of emphasis of improving the game? D'Amico talked about it a little bit. What did you focus on most that you wanted to get better at?
Play recognition, knowing what to expect on down and distance, going out there so I could play faster instead of just really going out there and just playing on my athleticism, being a student of the game, and really taking advantage of all my opportunities. It's a lot of plays out there that I left on the field. I felt that if I would have made, I would have been in the conversations with the top safeties that everybody talk about.
Took the ball away a lot. Stingy took the ball away a lot. Then we get you Kamara. Now you got CJ.
Yeah.
So how did you feel overall about you guys' ball hawk ability as it's going to be together where all these guys can really take the ball away?
In the back end, we confident. Every day we know we got in the back end. We know we got the best back end. We feel like we the best back end. Like you said, everybody on the back end could take the ball away, and we know that from the nickel to both our corners to both our safeties. And that's what we preach, get the ball. Every single day we trying to go get the ball. Very versatile guy. Move him around a lot. Very smart guy, of course. Kind of put a lot on his plate right now, and he's been taking great. He been doing it great, taking advantage of all his opportunities every time they come to him, and it's just a guy that wants to learn and work.
He didn't turn into the third wheel of the duo, did he?
He didn't. That's my boy though.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
We'll be right back.